Okay. Yeah, so this was kind of just doing this out of the blue. I don't even know if don't totally remember how to get the stream up, or how to even work out if it's going. You can tell it's been a while. It'd be really lovely if it could just tell me if I were live. Seems it doesn't want to. I can't help but feel I should have to go to the YouTube web page for this. Hello people watching. Are you the first person to say anything? I'm currently working out why this isn't visible to me online and getting... here we are. Okay, brilliant. This is... Oh, hello. I just saw a heart flag there. Hey, how have I not already got that one? Alright. Yes, hello everybody. Sorry, YouTube is telling me pinned chat is a feature. I don't know. Don't know what this is. Yeah, okay. Hello. Yeah, so basically I've decided to kind of just... So I've been discussing in the past a fair amount wanting to... Well, no. Okay, recently I did that whole video discussing a second channel, and there were lots of thoughts both ways in that regard. Huh. I thought you couldn't get all of these. I'm pretty certain... Maybe they should just start working. Gamer, thank you. Yeah, so basically I'm... How do I get back? I think go over there. It's been a while. Whoever actually goes over to this section, like, I swear there are probably missions and achievements over here that no one's done just because no one bothers coming over here. Hey Vicey. Yeah, so basically I'm kind of doing this today just to get a feel myself and to give you guys a feel of what more casual streams would look like. Because like I've mentioned, wanting to do more casual streams, but like I haven't done any yet. Didn't realise there was a stream going on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is it's just I don't know. I just wanted to see what it was like doing a more casual stream, what everyone thought of it. Ouch. And yeah, so I've been recording videos. Recently, I've recorded a couple just to go on either the new channel or or this current channel, just with basically literally in this new style I want to try out. I just random content, pretty much a vlog. But yes, those have all been done on LCDRU, and now I got a message today saying DLU's up. Speaking of which, DLU's up. For those of you wondering, I'm currently playing... Wait, DLU. It's... Yeah, I mean, if you're here, you almost certainly know what DLU is. You definitely know what user-friendly emulators are. Hey Ninja, can you do me a small favour? I'm building the assembly pet and I want to see what it looks like as a model. If you can send that somehow. Okay, so unfortunately, on here at the moment, there's... so I can't get to the Nexus Tower, which is where you would get that pet from. Ouch. Stromling Admiral. When you see a Stromling Admiral, you run, you equip the ranged item, and you run back. Ouch. No. Okay, so the Stromling Admirals have been nerfed, but I've got to remember I need to jump sideways. Because otherwise that happens. Like, they are now perfectly fightable if you've got a ranged weapon. If you don't have a ranged weapon, I wouldn't recommend it. Ouch. I really should take a look at my health before I just start running and attacking things. Yeah, so... There we are. Got you. Venture League Privateer. As opposed to being Privateer. Hello, Sancers. I'm not certain how you would like that to be pronounced. Oh, well, that was nice. Just a random level up. I mean, I'll happily take that. I normally do not expect to level up. Like, levels are... Ouch. No, strongly at Esmeralda. It was literally spamming run and jump. Isn't the NIF file for the pet in the client? Yeah, so you can get... So coming back to that, I'm pretty certain the model files for the pets are in there. You can... If... you can get them in LXFML format, which is the format for Lego Digital Designer. Even if you can't manage to get those, I would check the wiki, because the wiki has all sorts of things, and the wiki will probably have the file on there somewhere, because the file definitely exists and is known about. So, like, come on, no. Yeah, so basically, I'm kind of just doing this to test the waters. I'm doing this to see how interested people are in watching this kind of video. I'm doing it to see what it feels like from my point of view, because, like, previously, the anniversary videos were kind of quite stressful, because, like, no. I'm genuinely being awful. Yeah. Whereas this is just a far more relaxing thing. I can just come on. This is Do happens to be up, but yeah. And this is kind. One health. Okay, let's. Out. That was close. Yeah. How much of the game is done, and when do you... Come on, yeah, I know. When do we think you're going into beta? Okay, how much of the game is done? Sorry, Joshua. Yes, I agree. How much of the game is done when we're going to beta? So this is currently a preview. Gnarled Forest is not done. In fact, the stuff that's working here is literally just the stuff that they had to get working to get other worlds working. Like, Gnarled Forest in particular has not been worked on. DLU have not worked on Gnarled Forest in particular. When do I think they're going to go into beta? So I've got to be really careful speculating on things, because I technically work for DLU. I say technically, like, no, I work for DLU. I am a member of their staff team. So, like, I've got to be very careful that I don't... what I say, but in general, like, just if I'm saying something on here, it's like me as a user. Like, I very rarely, like, I'll be very clear when I'm discussing something that's an announcement. If I'm not saying, like, DLU have announced this, then it's just me as a user speaking and guessing. And yeah, so when do I think they'll go into beta? So it's a really, really hard thing to guess at and test. But I can discuss, like, things they said they wanted to have done for beta. And so, can I get that Stromling Admiral from up here? This is going to end up with me dead. No. Okay, it won't let me. I mean, kind of good for a balance sake. Yes. So in terms of when I think closed beta will be, like in the interview I did with Darwin, he basically said, amongst other things, that he wanted for closed beta, he wanted to have properties work for closed beta to start. He wanted to have, I want to say it was properties working, because they're not at the moment, and Gnarled Forest ready. And so currently, like, lots of progress has been made on properties. Gnarled Forest, like, they haven't actually started working on it properly yet. Ouch. You can, like, see the amount of stuff that's here. The background noise on my mic is pretty bad. Okay. Oh god, yes, because I've got. Yeah. Okay. So I've been having microphone issues. Yes, let me do that now. I've been having microphone issues recently. I say microphone issues. It's not an issue with the microphone. It's an issue with HP Audio. Because for some reason they seem to have decided that my voice is background noise. And so whenever I start... Where did I even die? I want my money back, but I don't remember where I died. Yeah, and so because they've decided my voice is background audio, whenever I start talking, they just mute me, which is kind of offensive. Well, I found my coins, only to die and lose them again. Okay, one nice thing, I'm respawning in the right place. Which is good to see. Let's actually charge up my armour, because... So, in the past I'd have joked that charging up armour isn't worth it against these guys, but now it actually is, because they won't insta-kill you, and they deal 6 damage per hit, so like charging up an armour can save you from a single attack. You still want to take them ranged, though you do not want to get any closer than you have to. Like, I'm sure you can take them melee, but God, that's terrifying. Nara Forest is looking pretty good. Yeah, I know. So this is something that I think lots of people don't realise when they first join the community, but it's like most of the stuff that goes into getting one world working is the same across all worlds. And so if a server has... And so like this, they have not put any effort specifically into Nara Forest. This is just in getting Avant Gardens working and getting Nimbus Station working. This just all works. It just requires the same pieces of code, basically. Because, things aren't... Okay, I feel there are a couple of things to say. Like, it's a really common thing to point out that that things aren't implemented in a... Like, okay, prepare to just sit and watch me just hammer Stromling 8 from a safe distance. Game audio is still the same level, just add some gain on it and OBS. I did. I don't know if... There is quite a large delay, as we know, Vicey. I don't know if it's that, or... Oh, also, my other laptop wants to tell me OneDrive isn't signed in. Will you guys add classic minifigures like Rocket Racer, Pippin Reed, and the Alpha Team and Rock Raiders when the base game is done? And just asking. Okay, it's a good question. It's a good question. So it's a question. So question about things being added, and so in general, adding everything you mentioned there, like that's totally possible. You should always assume adding stuff is possible when it comes to games like. The amount of... Okay, no, you should definitely not assume that. Sorry, I've gone back on myself. But, like, the reason I say that is a lot of work has been done on, like, reverse engineering the game to get us this far. And, like, lots of that stuff... Jeez. And, like, lots of that stuff, it carries over to adding new things to the game. So, for instance, adding minifigures... Like, that's adding NPCs. Like, yeah, that's totally something you could do. You've got to get models in, and, like, models take time and effort to convert. I think there's an achievement for this. That's why I'm going back and doing this, for anyone who's wondering. It's not the delay. Well, now I'm confused. Yeah, I mean, I literally turned up desktop audio. Can you not hear the game audio at all? Okay, I can also do this. I can also turn up my audio overall, see if that makes a difference. I'm never 100% certain what audio source OBS uses, whether it's like whether it matters what the volume in my earpiece is on. I've just turned the gain up loads. But yeah, so in theory, stuff like that could be added, and you've got to remember that the people on DLU's team who are going to be in charge of adding things. Like, the future content team is mostly comprised of people who were already good and reasonably well-known builders back when the game was live. Which means, like... Still? Why is that so quiet? Oh. Okay, wait, let me... Okay, well, I'm now going to be deafened, but I hope you get your loud audio, Vicey. Okay, yeah. How about now? That should be a bit louder, actually. I can still have it turned up louder if... makes it better. But yeah, like the future content team, they're all the sorts of people who would be very interested in seeing classic themes return. So I swear this is a mission, but I'm totally going off of Funky's word for that. And if he's so this could be a brilliant bait. Limits terms so if you develop a game you want to reuse code or write code. Yeah, exactly. A bit louder, but just a bit. Okay, waiting. Sorry, I'm gonna check this and then go back to just audio. Okay, so I'm just taking a look at what things we have. Complete a number of piratey activities. So that's okay. So those I can't. Those I can't get. Pirate duelist. What can I do? Stroming admirals. I can get that. I don't need that weapon, but I can get it anyway. Stromling apes. We can do a couple of those. 1,000 more Stromling pirates. That's not gonna. Yeah. Okay, I swear there was. I genuinely. Is this just a? Oh no. Okay. Okay, play the pirate organ 25 times. That's the one I'm going for right now. I was genuinely so concerned that I'd just been sitting here doing this and that Funky was just baiting me and this wasn't actually a mission. Okay, let's... So, okay, that is counting up as well, brilliant. Okay, yeah, so basically I'm just going through... Mostly I'm just going through picking up some missions, yeah, having fun. For anyone who's just joining, I mean, hello. I'm just doing a really casual stream because basically I posted a video about this the other day, but for those who don't know, I'm planning on changing. I don't know changing, but definitely doing different stuff with this channel going forward, or possibly not. So here's the thing. So I've been discussing. I put a video out asking for everyone's opinion on this recently. I've been discussing doing a second channel. So basically, people who are interested in watching these sorts of videos can subscribe and can like hear them. But people who are just here for my announcement videos can subscribe without getting pinged every single time I do a stream, etc. Because that then means I can stream casually, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy this a lot, but I don't really want to wind everyone up by just repeatedly doing videos nobody really wants to. When people were expecting announcement videos, and every time instead of an announcement video, they get this. Just me sitting. I'm literally looking away from the screen right now, spamming Alt, trying to murder a Stromling ape. This is my life now. Okay. Oh, cool. I wasn't even expecting to get that achievement. Nice. Yes, there are some achievements I want to pick up from the apes. Well, that was bad. I just failed at jumping up a step. Okay, let's get a few admirals whilst we're here. Hello. No. Oh, that was... Being stun-locked around an admiral. Okay, well, I stun-locked myself there, kind of, which means it's not really a stun-lock. Okay, so one thing I'm just going to note, really, really small thing working, but it's a lovely quality of life fix. I've died quite a few times around here. I mean, you guys have seen me die a lot around here, and I haven't been respawned right at the start. That's lovely, because it's really annoying every time I die having to... I mean, as you can see, I die a lot. This is why I should recharge. Okay, so in terms of development speeding up... Seriously? In terms of development speeding up as we go along, like, in theory, you'd want that. The issue is that, like, lots of stuff in worlds is specific to that particular world. So there are lots of things, like getting the basic mission chain up and running. That would have been that's programmed using, like, one set of objects. And once you've implemented those, they're going to work everywhere. However, getting, like, the same... getting like, the missions... Getting each individual mission up and running, in lots of cases, they, like, require specific scripts to get up and running. Okay, come on. Throw it. There we are. No, baited so hard. No. Not like this, not like this. Okay, like that then. So yeah, like... So once you've got the base game going, it's really easy to, like, go to every world. Like, Uchu, right now, has tons and tons of worlds implemented, and they're all implemented pretty well, but none of them are complete. And it would take a long time to complete them. So it's quite easy to get a LEGO Universe server to... Okay, no, saying it's easy trivialises things, but it's comparatively easy to get a LEGO Universe server partially working than fully working. Comparatively easier. Okay, I'm going to turn down, because this is loud for me. I don't know about you guys, but the shooting sound is very, very loud to me. Don't know why I'm bothering charging up armor when I can just get this. Well, these are the normal drops for the strongmans. Can anyone confirm or deny? Because I seem to be getting a lot of, like, hearts and imagination from this. Okay, I wasn't actually planning on farming too many of these guys. What I'm really here for is the ape, because I need to get a couple more apes. So let's do that now. Yeah, so the reason the server's up at the moment, Vincent pushed some bug fixes, basically. I might get up list and... Can I not do... dang it. Okay, well, whilst I'm smashing this ape with one hand, given... So the thing is, it looks like it's really easy for me to do this fight right now, and it is, because it's really helpful that the ranged attacks don't work. But on the other hand, it wasn't that hard to dodge the ranged attacks in live. I don't seem to remember. Or, like... Okay, I probably would have found it awful in live, because I didn't understand I didn't understand so many things in gaming. Like, I've mentioned this a lot before. I did not understand the concept of grinding in a game. Like, I thought daily missions were a bug. That was the extent to which I understood kind of the logic behind gaming. Right, let's... I was going to say shortcut. I mean, I'm going to fail this and it'll be a long cut, but... oh, there we are. Shortcut up rather than having to go around there. Here we are. Someone earlier called me a gamer. No. That's the pro gamer move right there, mate. Okay. I think this is the last Stromling ape I need for this particular mission. And then... I mean, I'm genuinely down for anyone to, like, ask... like, suggest things like go and run and do. Like, as I say, this is literally... I'm genuinely doing the stream for, like, my own enjoyment. Like, I really hope you guys enjoy it, but, like, this is kind of... I'm just doing this because, like, it's fun to muck around on DLU, so I'm... Anything you want me to take a look at doing, I'm perfectly happy to go run and do, because... So DLU has reached... 10, nice. DLU has reached the stage where it's fun to play. Which is impressive. Like, I know it probably sounds like, oh, yeah, but Ninja has access to loads of the projects, like, it's easy for him to say they're not fun to play, because, like, he has access to better ones than we do. And to some extent that's kind of true, but bear in mind, like, I also did spend years trying to eke every ounce of enjoyment out of uni. Like, it's not as though I don't know what it's like to have a bad be playing on a bad server emulator. Like, trust me, I know that experience very, very well. Okay, let's see what else. Some other things. Okay, so I'm kind of, so I almost want to count the number of faction tokens I'm getting, because I know that spiderlings drop pretty much one faction token most of the time. Wait, so what am I? No, first achievement. I just want one more. Pirate duelist. Okay. Okay, I've got 21 Stromling Admirals. That's doable. And that's a crate. And those are mushrooms. I'm not trying to... I'm trying to hit the Admirals, but of course, because I press Alt, as I get bullied for... No. I'm amazed I made that. They must have lagged or something, because I should not have been able to dodge away there. Okay, 19. Do I have access to cornflakes right now? Oh, the cornflakes, that's good. I don't know if you can hear. I don't know. I can't remember which mic I'm using, but that is the noise of cornflakes, and it's a good noise, because I was out of both cornflakes and milk at various points recently. It's been a tough life. Yeah, I literally just went to go. I literally, like, I'm doing this having just come back from, having just come back from going with a friend to our local Sainsbury's to get food, because so I say to get food, specifically to get milk, because I was out of milk. But the other day, at like midnight, because, come on, name a more iconic duo than me and Midnight Cornflakes. Yeah, at midnight I got myself a lovely bowl of cornflakes and realised, as I was just about to pour the milk on them, that, wait a second, I don't actually have any milk left in my room, which was very, very sad, and so I just had to go and get some. But I do now, so everything is good. So this bowl of cornflakes has been sitting in my room with no milk on it for just looking really lonely. Just really wanted some milk, but there wasn't any milk to be had. Whereas now it's got some milk. Now it can be truly enjoyed. Oh God! Help! God, that is a terrible. When you just see admirals out of the corner of your eye, it's the most terrifying. You've been a bit behind on how far DLU is. If I don't have milk, just use water. God be gone, Visky. Okay, I say that like that, but on the other hand, I did get a little bit hungry this morning and had some dry. It's possibly the worst thing ever. It's good to see it. So, how much the game is functioning? So, we are currently in a preview of Gnarled Forest. They have not specifically worked on this game, and they kind of want us to be really clear it's a preview. But yeah, so this is just with stuff that's currently had to be implemented for other worlds. This is just how much of the game it almost happens to work by chance, as it were. Not quite by chance, but it's because they've implemented other stuff. Yeah, and so this is that. In terms of worlds, so at the moment they have actively worked on Avant Gardens Avant Gardens, Nimbus Station, Adventure Explorer, and I'd say those are pretty complete. I'd also say, and this is a huge compliment coming from me, that DLU is the first server emulator I have ever played that feels like a game. No other server. I have played lots of other server emulators, like a ton of the I've played every like major open source project. I've like played on LCDRU, DLU, OpCrux, and out of all of them, this is the first one that really feels to me like a game that I can, like, I'm just sitting down and playing. Like, I'm not playing this for the sake of a video. I'm playing this for the sake of, it's quite good fun. Like, and I'm bad. But I mean, if there's one, like, constant thing in my channel, it's me pointing out my own incompetence. Okay, but yes, so, like, genuinely, DLU has made, and in particular, like recently, they've made a lot of progress. But also, so the scenery for development, as it were, has changed so much recently. I didn't mean scenery, I meant the landscape. Because basically, like, you used to have, the project used to be quite split between different people, and now, like, it's DLU and Opcrux. Like, LCDRU's disappeared, Uchu's moved over from working on, Uchu's moved from working on Winston, Winston's moved over from working on Uchu to working on DLU, LCDR moved over from working on LCDRU to DLU, like, DLU has taken on a lot of new devs, and they've really shown the benefits of having new experienced developers on their team. Sorry, when I say new and experienced developers, I mean like developers new to their team. Both Winston and LCDR are not exactly new to development, they're both very experienced. I love how you just hear me making random noises midway through the game. I apologise deeply for the random just noises of terror I make. And in before Vicey makes a compilation of them. Yeah, so lots of people merged recently, and yeah, I feel now's a pretty good time to like be joining the community, because okay, like, I don't know, it feels like we are, like lots of the things that have been discussed, DLU have discussed wanting for closed beta, like, they're now, like, on the table. There now have been, like, members of the DLU team have been working on them, etc. And so, like, there's no saying when it will actually be happening, but, like, it feels a lot sooner. Yeah, so it's... No, oh god. I looked away to look at chat for a second, I was pressing Alt and realised, wait a second, I can't look away whilst I'm fighting a Stromling Admiral. That is like a death recipe. Oh, there we are. Okay, so that was... So I had what? I had to get 21 and I was on about 50 faction tokens. Nice, Vicey. Okay, that's a decent amount of... I'm levelling up pretty quick. Ouch. Yeah. So what I really want to do... I'm being incompetent. What you really want to do when they're running towards you is just move to the side. Because they don't follow you anymore, thank God. They used to follow you when you move to one side, but... And in LU, when you walk backwards, you have a slightly slower walk speed than when walking forwards. Waited too long there. Yeah, so you make very good points. More devs definitely does not necessarily mean faster progress, and I would not say they were ever butting heads. Like, they were... Like, there was a... Okay, so it wasn't... and there are lots of things. So I was going to say there's a really nice culture of the devs helping one another out, and there is something of a culture of that. The reason I kind of stopped myself saying that was, Winston01, who's one of DLU's recent joiners, used to work on Uchu. He did publish a video a while back saying how, amongst other things, how he didn't like closed source servers because it kind of felt like they were, like, often him as someone who was working on an open source server, it felt like the community didn't value him to some extent, which, I mean, that's the community's loss. Like, Winston did a ton of amazing work on Uchu. Terrified noises. Again, no Vicey. God, yeah, this is possibly more stressful than it should be. It's literally, it's not even that stressful, it's literally just incompetent ninja noises. Which you hear a lot of because I am typically very incompetent. No. Okay. So So if you time jumping backwards correctly, it can work, but I really shouldn't do it because jumping forwards is far safer. Okay, so I've got faction tokens up to one side. Does someone want to time how long it takes? Actually, I mean, I can look at the clock. But I want to get a sense of, is it better to get faction tokens from these guys over here, or is it better to get it from the spiderlings? Because the spiderlings drop about one faction token per spiderling you smash, which means they're pretty good. And they're I mean, that was just me being bad. And they're also a lot less dangerous. Which is a real upside. Like, I die a lot less often to spiderlings than I do to admirals, because spiderlings do what, 3 damage is their most powerful attack? I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's meant to be 3 damage. Collector of Corruption. Okay, so the thing I love about this is, right, by this point in the game, I think lots of people have got a good way of getting rid of their faction tokens. Not their faction tokens, their Maelstrom bricks, at least back in live. Here, we're stuck with them. Actually, no, that's a lie. I can sell them. I forgot you can do that. And the only reason I know we can sell them is when we did that... the race. The race to Nimbus Station, that was the way Funky managed to... that was Funky's glitch that he used to get us... to get there faster. You want spiderlings? Ah, then we shall go do spiderlings. Aye. As I say, yeah, if anyone wants to see, like, something, if you want me to go do something, literally shout. Okay, so I'm not certain they fixed the loot tables. What I just got. Maybe that actually is. I mean, that's not actually worth that much money. The reason I laugh is because it's really useful for... Oh, look at those. Look at those sweet, sweet faction tokens. The reason I laughed at that is because these are really useful for achievements. But I have already got the Gem Scepter. Note, those are still low on health. That's from when I walked through here earlier, because I don't think anyone else is on the server at the moment. You cannot trade them for tokens? Yes, so here's the thing. You can trade them for tokens, but you can't do that in... But you can't do that in DLU because Nimbus Station isn't available yet. Which means, and yeah, the thing you do, it's in the Sentinel War Room that you have the thing to trade them for faction tokens, and so yeah. So currently I can in theory, but so yeah, you can in live, but you can't in DLU basically for now because Nexus Tower is not open yet. I forgot I did this mission as well. Okay, so I love this. I love this. This is the case of the game. Really not. I say it's the game. It's not the game. It's Hugo first. I have bought 3 hardtack biscuits, and one of my rewards: 5 hardtack biscuits and a picnic basket. You'd love to see it. Yeah, well, it's bad there. I didn't realise there was a pirate's picnic basket. There's like a separate item. Ooh. Okay, so this used to be, that item there used to be bugged. I think, is it the bag of glitter? Yeah, it used to, Funky used to abuse that one hard. I'm pretty certain they fixed it, but it used to indefinitely increase your imagination whenever you used it. Can the place in Nimbus that was live before Nexus, isn't there? No, there's no way, unfortunately. Okay, so... Yep. Okay, my game's just crashed. I was kind of aware this might be a problem. So yeah, this happened. This has been... People have been reporting this happening to them recently. I've heard some reports that a relog fixes it. So we're going to try and relog. I really need to have a... Okay, so the thing is, the game crashes often enough. I really need a good, like... I need a good back, screen I can just have in the background for when the game crashes, because it's a common enough occurrence. I really should have prepared for it. Okay, we'll see if I can get to... Interesting, so I've been chucked back to Gnarled Forest. We'll see if we can make it to Nimbus Station. I don't know if I have the perms to change worlds off the top of my head. I know I did, but the event's over now, so Ooh, wait a second. Sorry, I was going to go to Nimber Station. I just saw in news, mission completed, cannonballs. I can go pick those up because the server's been put up recently. I don't think many people have been to Gnarled Forest.
Well done.
No one else is here now. Just a wide picture of Maud. No. Go away, Vicey. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go pick up a cannonball because that gets me an achievement. Crash Bandicoots Council 1. Nice. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, you did not just watch me look away from my screen and run into a wall for a few seconds. This is what I really enjoy about YouTube and about streaming. It's just hanging out and having fun. I'm a big fan of this. Oh wait, I've got a. That was one of the more stupid things I've done. Running right into a into a struggling admiral's blast. That was not. Okay, well, since we're on our way back to Nimber Station, I mean, hopefully. How many others are on the server right now? No one that I know of. So the server hasn't been opened for like another part in the. I take that back. Okay, well, at least one other person's on the server. We've got ourselves a Winston. That's always nice to see. Wait a second, I've entirely forgotten what I was doing. Sorry, okay. Chat, you've got to remind me. You've got to remind me, like, when I'm being incompetent. I'm literally going here to get cannonballs. Winston here wondering what the heck I'm doing with my life. Because I'm just running back and forth. Me wondering what I'm doing with my life because I'm just running back and forth. Okay, let's... I'm not going to be fighting Admiral, so it makes sense to swap out. Also, I wonder how well Thwok actually goes against Admirals. Because, like, it's there to tank damage, right? Oh god, the most macabre moment I've ever had in LU. That time when everyone's standing around, we're all trying to get. It's Gnarled Forest has just come out. We're all trying to get as many achievements as we can because we're limited. Well, back then, rank 15 was really hard to get. But hey, Winston. Yeah, back then rank 15 was really difficult, but of course... Oh no! Okay, bye Winston. But of course, now it's gotten a lot easier. Can I tank this? I actually could. I'm kind of surprised about that. Yeah, it's gotten a lot easier because of this, but yeah, everyone was just standing around with the... everyone was just standing around by the tiki box. Not the tiki box, by the skeleton in the cage just spinning. It was... Like, this is a Lego game and we're literally just grouped up to spin a dead guy in a cage. You'd love to see it. There we are. Cannonball. Well, that was worth running all the way over here, wasn't it? Can you get a recorder cover of more Bohemian Rhapsody? Also, by the way, it was never called Bohemian Rhapsody, but I've now started calling it that. It's awful. That has just become its name. It is just Bohemian Rhapsody now, whether I like it or not. Hey, let's... I hear the noise of Winston behind me, I think. Okay, we'll see if I can get to Nimber Station. It's... oh god, No, so the thing is Winston just following me? No, the thing is, okay, Bohemian Rhapsody, like, okay, I'm reasonably good at playing Vieira on the recorder, but I'm not I'm not that good. I'm not so like. Okay, looks like I'm not logging into Discord on this account. Like I can play like nice pop pieces that are kind of like one key and quite easy. Bohemian Rhapsody is like an actually complicated piece, as I'm sure everyone who's heard me sing it will be aware. That there are lots of wrong notes you can hit, and I managed to hit all of them, which is brilliant. Okay, let's. Okay, So the reason I'm going back here, I just want to drop off some quests. No, the actual name doesn't matter. It has become Bohemian Rhapsody. The actual name was Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's just a history of LU server emulators, which is boring. Okay, well, Petco, if that ain't happening. Yeah, no, goodbye. Oh wait, I'm pretty certain people were saying this mission couldn't be done. Talk to 4 female fans about meeting during Fanta. Okay, yeah, so that mission is not working. I'll bring Queen into this because this is the real life. This ain't just fantasy. I really want to just play some Queen, but I don't know. I don't know enough. No. I cannot. Okay, no, you didn't ask for that. You asked for a Bohemian Rhapsody. You should have known. You asked for a recorder. What do you think you were gonna get? Happy man. Hello, welcome to Cursed. Welcome to Cursed Queen. I think I should rename the channel. Maybe if I do the second channel, maybe Cursed Queen is a great name for it. Won't make any sense to anyone, but like to everyone apart from those who've heard this. 10 out of 10 would play recorder again. Okay, so we're like, there was something I was doing and I've remembered it for once, which is better than normal. Oh, look how many faction tokens I'm getting. Sorry, we're never going to make it over to Avant Gardens, but I've got so many faction tokens, like, I might as well spend them on something. Actually, I say that, but there's not that much to actually spend them on anymore. Like, I guess what, I just go for... Okay, question to people in chat. What do I go for? Because I've got, so far I've got... for the inventor stuff, I've got literally just the hand items. I've got the hand items for the inventor, and like I might as well. Yeah, well, let's also sell some stuff whilst I'm here. So, you guys, let me know. Let me know what I should go for. Should I complete engineer first, or should I complete inventor first? It's not worth hoarding those. I wasn't even thinking of hoarding. I was wondering whether or not I'd use it, but thing is, these. So in the past, I always would have hoarded all this stuff, but I'm like most of this I know for a fact I will never use. Like all these weapons, brilliant, won't use them practically. I might test see if knockback works, but no, I'm pretty certain it doesn't. Armor shine. Like, none of this stuff, realistically, I'm going to be midway through the game and just pull out and think I actually need to use this. Okay, that I will. Just to use that I won't. Flintlock. Why does that do more damage? I mean, okay, because it has better abilities elsewhere. Let's go through. I'm not getting... Okay, so I refuse to get rid of anything that says the word prismatic. And for the moment, I don't think the Stinky Fish mission works. So I'm not going to worry about doing that. Let's get the med pack. It's treason to join assembly and not be an engineer. So the thing is, I know everyone... Unpopular opinion here. I don't actually know what it is about the engineers. Everyone's engineer. Sorry, I hadn't actually looked at chat to see how much everyone wants engineer. Okay. Okay, looks like we're going engineer. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, what is so much better about... Like, this is genuinely... This is not me trying to start a fight in the things. But what is so much better about engineer? Because in terms of attack speed and damage, like, all the weapons are exactly the same. Okay, no, different stats. I think engineer has different stats to summoner. That might be the factor that swings it. But, like, the things we summon both do the same amount of damage and take the same amount of imagination for rank 1. Actually, the same for the inventor as well. Everything does, like, the same amount of damage for that first rank. There we are. Okay, not bad. Cleaned out. And for ranks after that, I don't know. I feel like the magnet just picks stuff up. Why do we care? Okay, so what am I going to go for? I think I kind of got to go for... Okay, so I'm not getting rid of the rank 1 hat because I'm pretty certain it takes more these things take more imagination as you go along. As you level them up. Let's just check, but I'm pretty certain it does. Oh no, did it? Did that take more imagination? Anyway, I mean, I don't. Oh no, I've got to build it because otherwise. Oh no, that's a good test actually. I'm not going to build this. I'm going to let it despawn, and I'm going to see whether or not it remains there because that used to be a bug. It used to remain there. And whilst we wait, I'm going to get a Beth Funky Horn. Honestly, just add a button that defaults all your characters to assembly. Why would you have... Okay, I love assembly as much as the next person. Possibly more than the next person if the next person likes Paradox. But why would you have all your characters to the same faction? Okay. Okay, can confirm quick build despawning is still broken. That's good to know. Wait a second. Whilst I'm running around, I'm in 0 risk. Let's go. The double colour changing item. Genuinely, I love the prismatics so much in this game. Okay, I want to work out how does the colour changing actually work? Okay, so they start from the same colour in this. I wonder if other people would see that as the same. But certainly on my screen, they're going to start from they always start from red and cycle around. That's cool. I don't want to build things like an engineer. I want to destroy things. Yeah, okay, so the other thing I was saying about an engineer is, so the turrets, right? Everyone always goes, the personal fortress, it's so amazing. It is exactly the same amount of damage as the summoner's equivalent does. Exactly the same amount of damage. Oh, hello. We have got crash number 2, ladies and gentlemen. So it seems it's just the first time I try and leave a world, it crashes, by the looks of it. But yeah, the rank 3 shoulder pad items both do exactly the same amount of damage. The only difference is that the summoners attacks in all directions, whilst the engineers doesn't, which kind of feels to me like I'd want the summoner. So I don't get it. It's the magnet. If I had to choose between the magnet and the thwack, like, I'd go for the thwack every time. The reason I'd see you going for engineer, and like this is the perfectly valid reason to go for engineer. This is the reason you should go for the engineer. The reason you should go for the engineer is the serratorizer, because you do not just a word to everyone watching here: do not buy the Wing Reaper. Do not do it. You will regret it. It'll be awful. I've just noticed there's a slight black outline on my screen, which means I haven't aligned the game with my screen, it would appear. Yeah, I just noticed that on stream. Yeah, no. Wing Reaper, worst Valiant weapon. I mean, I've only ever been assembly, but just by, like... No, it must have been the worst Valiant weapon. It was awful. Do not Wing Reaper. Do not main Wing Reaper, ever. If you're at the stage in the game where you have enough money to buy that, do not spend it on the Wing Reaper. Spend it on the serratorizer. It's, like... Serratorizer, the charge up, the normal charge up, one-hit smashes spiderlings. But it doesn't just one-hit smash spiderlings, it's AoE one-hit smashes spiderlings. That's all spiderlings in the radius just get instantly smashed. Couldn't people adjust the stats for it? Yes, and people like... The Wing Reaper is the sort of thing that actually makes the devs consider adjusting the stats. Hello, Vincent. So was that why you were moving between worlds? Testing for crashes. Well, hello anyway. I appreciate the fact you were glad to see the crashes. I'm glad that my pain causes you enjoyment. Yeah, so weapon balancing has definitely been talked about, because, like, it's one of the easier things they can do. Yes, the answer is correct. Not until way later, definitely, but it's definitely on the table. It's something that can and will happen. It's just never going to be a property. Why don't you use transform fit to screen on OBS to get perfect size? Because, I mean, you know why I'm not doing that, Vice-ski. Because I'm an idiot who doesn't know how to use OBS. It's the only valid reason. Transform fit to screen. Happy now? Wait a second. Oh, no. Oh, okay. That's fair. There we are. Okay. It has now been fit to screen. I hope that was worth it. Okay. Want to change the scenery? Got a spider cave. Got some lovely things that... Are you watching this? Like, there's no... I'm not being one-hit smashed anymore. This is lovely. Yep, okay, goodbye. Thank you very much, but no. Isn't a casual stream far more grounded in reality? I can't say casual streaming far more grounded in reality. Does that mean people want physics? I can talk about physics. I've got things I'm excited to talk about with respect to physics. Can you use engineer turret to farm spiderlings? Yes, I can also use some of the stuff to farm spiderlings, and if I'm going to, then if I were, then I would use, yeah. It's really nice actually checking it on the rock up over here. Yeah, okay, so you want physics. I'm just, someone's saying grounded in reality. You want physics? Yeah, happily. I'm happy to. Okay, so, I don't care you weren't actually asking for physics. You're getting physics nonetheless. Non-Euclidean geometry. The question of what happens if we're working in a... what happens if we live in a world that includes... that uses Manhattan distance rather than Euclidean distance. Yeah, what happens then? So for those who don't know, like I've in like the half dozen like things I've now recorded on like just more casual topics. 90% of me recording videos on more casual topics is physics. So the question, yeah. And so this explanation I have now done in a couple of places, and so this is now entirely duplicated, but well, you're getting it again. Yeah, so a question a friend asked me years ago, and which I've now been asked about repeatedly by a couple of the devs after I mentioned it once, is what happens if we're in a world, but rather than... So I've got a triangle, I'm looking at a triangle, and we've been told in maths class, right, triangles, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That gives you the final side, right? What happens if instead the length of the final side was given by a plus b equals c? What does that change? What does that change about physics? How does that affect physics if a plus b equals c? And this is a question I got asked by a friend ages ago, and how do you even begin? Greetings from Germany, greetings from England, hello. How do you even begin to answer that? And like, I ages ago had like, I was asked this a couple of years back, and I was not properly equipped to answer this, because I basically started looking through equations. Every equation has length, or that has a distance rather than a length in like a specific direction. Any equation has a distance. How am I going to calculate a distance? A plus b equals c, rather than a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Easy, right? Well, no, because it turns out if you just replace that in every single equation in physics, the equations become contradictory. The equations don't work out anymore. Physics does not work if you simply replace every equation. So the question is then, okay, I mean, what does this mean? Yeah, what does it mean for physics if we have contradictory equations? Well, what it means is I've done something wrong. What it means is that somehow some part of saying physics works using this new weird geometry, that was somehow a contradiction in terms. Seems quite weird, right? All I just said is we changed the length. Is there no way of making a length change work? Or like change to our definition of length? Well, it turns out that to do this, that there is in theory, but you've kind of got to be a little more careful about it. And so, yeah, how do you go about doing this? And a friend of mine recommended, and I highly recommend, the book Physics from Symmetry to me. I have not finished the book because God, it is far above my level, but the Mind of Assembly, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's far above my level, but basically, it does an amazing job of doing something I never would have thought would be possible, which is basically it tries to derive physics from first principles, which is so strange, right? Physics is just us looking at the world around us, trying to guess how that world works. How can you derive that from first principles? Basically, what they do is they say the universe behaves with some certain underlying symmetry groups. And basically then say, okay, given that the universe has these symmetry groups, what must be true about it? It doesn't just assume symmetry groups, it also assumes something called the principle of least action, and that physics can be described in this way. And it's not entirely general, like, we could have missed something, but it's pretty general, and it works very, very well to describe physics as we thus far understand it. And so, it turns out what you can do in theory is you go back to the beginning. The reason why these equations weren't working out was because I was just randomly chucking it into these equations. So I've gotten a message, someone complaining about studying optics. I have a feeling I'm being baited by someone who knows I'm very, very interested in optics. Which, yeah, this is what I get for spending all the time in the LCDRU Discord talking about optics. Really, really tempted just to ban you. So yeah, what are the first principles? So the first principles you choose are basically you redefine, if we want to insert this length, I have to weirdly change symmetry. Okay, wait, saying sorry, I feel I should talk about stuff that isn't physics on this channel, but I was baited into doing this, that's not my fault. Okay, connect to the Kings. How things going, Ninja? Thoughts on the recent DOU announcement? Types of collabs and content I would like to see in the future. When you say recent DOU announcement, do you mean the... Wait a second, is there a recent DOU announcement I'm missing? Is this the one? Because the one I'm thinking of, I've done a video on. Do you mean that they're working with Lego, or have I just genuinely managed to miss something? And Okay, collabs and content in the future. So future content, I want to do more stuff like this. I want to do more stuff that's genuinely just relaxed. Because, like, this I can enjoy. It's literally me just talking to you guys playing a game I find enjoyable. Why would I not want to do this? I mean, I have to have spare time to do it, which with a degree is a problem. But, yeah, it's good fun. The thing you hate about LU is the simple combat system. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It is very much click and spam click to win, or in my case, not win. Why am I doing this? I'm just going to die. There we are. Called it. I mean, anyone can do a collab if you're just willing to talk about physics. Yes, so, okay, so collabs and content I'd like to do in the future, I'll just cover that first. So, yeah, I would like to just start doing more stuff like this, which is just me randomly booting this up, playing. Like, there are 30 of you watching this now. I don't know how 30 people have randomly... This is the equivalent of I just decide to boot up a game and 30 people watch me. Like, I'm perfectly fine with this. If you guys enjoy it, brilliant. This is... I'm a fan. Yeah, so in terms of, like, content, like, I'm... just random stuff, me ranting about physics, about how my day's been, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, so that's, so in terms of content, collaborations, like, I'd like to do, so on this channel, I like to do more stuff with the devs, etc. Like, always, more of those interviews, those were really good fun doing those, I really enjoyed that. Yeah. In terms of my thoughts about that particular announcement, I mean, I think I pretty much said most of them in that video I did on the day it's released, but yeah, my main thoughts are, it's nothing new. If you've had your ear to the ground, you'll be aware that, oh yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, Bethan. Holloway Strong. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Yeah, but if you had your ear to the ground, like, it's no surprise still you've been talking to Lego. We've known that for a while, but genuinely, I was surprised Lego acknowledged it. And, like, this does change things. As I mentioned in that video, it kind of puts it in a position where basically it's going to be a lot harder for Lego to distance themselves from DLU now, if they want to at some point in the future. Because, like, they've now said, no, we are specifically working with DLU to, like, make this possible. Lego have said they're working with us. If they decide to, oh, happy birthday, Visky. Someone remind me about this in future. It's the 26th as well. Legend. Someone's got their birthday on a 10 years and 1 month DLU anniversary. Not DLU, LU anniversary. Yeah, okay, so basically it's going to be a lot harder if someone does do something stupid and someone sets up a server that's not child friendly and Lego and reporters get a hold of it and, like, there are problems, etc. It's going to be a lot harder for Lego to just shut down all Lego Universe servers, including DLU, because they've specifically said to DLU that they're telling DLU what to do. If it's not DLU that has the problem, Lego won't do anything to shut them down. We hope. How controlling are they going to be? They're not going to be very controlling. Like, they don't really care. Like, we've been talking to Lego for a while, and the stuff. What's the stuff they say? It's like the stuff that kind of really affects the game is stuff like no behaviours in properties, no swearing. That's about it, really. Like, Lego don't really care what happens with this. Okay, yeah. So yeah, oh, someone throwing down equals MC squared. Yes, we really do equal MC squared. What graphics settings am I on? Let's see. Wait, so, you've been wondering since the announcement, does LEGO being prevent them releasing the game open source as intended? No, it does not. LEGO has been fine with the existence. LEGO knows about open source projects, LEGO knows about all of that. LEGO will not care about DLU going open source in particular. They'll care about who runs the servers, and they'll care about who runs public servers. But, yeah. As long as you're not running a public server that's doing something stupid, like LEGO aren't going to C&D you. If you do run a public server that does something stupid, LEGO will C&D you. You will get a cease and desist order from them, but like, you're using their intellectual property, like that's kind of their right. Technically, you could set yourself up as a library or an academic institution, and under God, it's EU regulations. I don't think it's the same in the United States. I don't precisely remember where the law stands on this. Basically, in general, yeah, in general, sorry, I'm having to. Sorry, I see chat being a thing. Yeah, like in general, it's never really come up that much. No one's ever fought a game company for the rights to host an online server. Like stuff like Club Penguin, Fusion, Fall, etc. Like they all got shut down, but no one's been in a position to put up a legal fight against a company shutting them down, because you know what? The people, like, these games are produced by large companies, no one's ever put up a legal fight. So, like, yeah. There's no real legal precedent, but from what certain laws thus far have said, you're on legal thin ice, but if you argued you were a library or a museum doing this for preservational purposes, then, yeah. Okay, if people could stop with the asterisks in chat. Okay, you have a question about DLU. Ninjago lands and other worlds, will they be free or do you need a membership of some kind? They will be entirely free. DLU, we are not allowed to make any money off of this. Donations are allowed, but only to cover server upkeep. Yeah. I mean, in fairness, at least this chat is self-censoring. Like, I'm a fan of that. Like, okay, so when I say with the asterisks, like, don't replace them with the words that you were covering up with the asterisks. Just like, yeah. In general, so yeah, no membership, anything like that. Okay, so well. I have literally zero intention of taking anyone's money for the fact that I am literally sitting here literally just talking. There's no reason any of you should give me any money. No. Yeah, okay, so okay, well, back onto physics. How much do you think full server upkeep would be? I have no idea, but not as expensive as you would think. Like, well, I don't know how much you would think, but that's literally all YouTubers do. Yeah, okay, you make a fair point. Okay, I'm doing this literally just kind of because, like, I'm enjoying it. Like, it's not like I'm working at all. Like, I feel if there was any money, I'd have to, like, work for it, so no. How much do you think full server upkeep would be? Yeah, basic. Yeah, I have no idea. We're talking maximum probably on the hundreds of pounds. £100 a year, but I don't really know. I did do a video on that at one point, where I've got more details. I don't have any numbers in my head off the top of my head at the moment, but I know that Opcrooks is Simon. Like he currently spends money to host Opcrooks, amongst other things on a server, and he's spending on the order of like hundreds of pounds for it, I think, off the top of my head. But like it's powerful enough to handle pretty much anything that's thrown at it. So like that will be enough for the game. And he's also using it for other purposes. It's not like he's just using it for LU. Is chat going to have this? Oh, sorry. In terms of new worlds, new IPs, new game modes, no. If we did, if at any point anyone tried to make money off of LU, Lego would be like angry and really not happy with us. It's pretty much the summary. Yeah, it's never going to be charged. Is there going to have the same restrictive chat censorship as in live? Yes. Like, maybe small things will be reduced. So stuff like numbers, maybe, because like we still type in, because like people were gonna type in tree. There's no real way of stopping people from coming out with a new language to type numbers in. So like that, stopping us typing numbers doesn't really do anything. I'm a big fan of continuing to say, like, I can't remember. I don't know, like 10 to even instead of 27. Like, I'm a big fan of us still just continuing to do this, but yeah, so yeah, as Viteki says, it will have a whitelist. It will just be updated to, yeah, it's been updated to include lots of words. Like, so to include lots of words. It's me trying to describe it. We do lots of words. Whitting, do you think that was Megalovania I was playing earlier? By people's request, here we've got Lego Universe smashing spiderlings, but Megalovania percent. I'm trying to run around at the same time. This is not meant to go well. Yeah, so chat is still going to be whitelisted. That's one of the conditions from Lego. But like, okay, let's try this. Let's see if I can do this without looking. I should not do this. You know, actually cover. Wait, so I mean, there is also the option. Like a Universal Fans Tale music, I love it. There's also. Oh god, hello, Spondling. Yeah, you may notice I wasn't playing the starting notes of Megalovania there. That's because it goes lower than the recorder. Can I play Lego Universe OSTs? Let's see, this is becoming a far more musical stream as we go along. Why does it always become this? Higher than Melodica goes. Oh no, it isn't. Okay. Yes, I am. I'm playing the recorder at the same time. Not the recorder, the melodica. Oh, the spiders just leveled to boss level. You joined just to hear this song. I'm glad. That's not a harmonica. It's a melodica, Vaisky. I wish I were good enough to play. I don't know how people play the harmonica. Those holes are so tiny. How are you meant to like only blow into a specific one? I don't know. Oh, by the way, for anyone who really wants to hear some good LU music, check out Vaisky, can you link Prevateer's video? Like, this is peak LU music. Like, genuinely. Hey, it's actually early enough in the evening that I'm kind of able to play this without feeling like I'm gonna annoy my neighbours by playing music really late. Because it turns out they can actually hear me. Did not realise this. Vaisky spreading rumours that I'm a robot. Disgusting. What else do we have? I can't think of. Small lips for the harmonica. Nice. Harmonicas are better than I am. Anyway, thank you, Vaisky. That's genuinely, leave my stream, watch that video. Prevateer is a legend. This is his response to a joke I made a couple of years back. And it is the best thing ever. Genuinely, the best thing ever. Okay. I feel you guys have literally just been watching me dark spiderlings. I've done nothing interesting other than run in circles with them. On the upside, let's see where I'm at with these achievements. Because I should be reasonably far in like Avant Garden Smash Spiderlings achievements. Right. General negative. I have never been called that before. I believe the phrase you're looking for is Kenobi. I wonder if that, like, if there's a joke I'm missing there and that translates to negative in some language. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Wait, I don't want to be in general. I want to be in Avant Gardens. Yeah, okay, so when someone was talking earlier about the LU fighting being reasonably easy, I mean, I am literally playing this without looking at like, the enemies, other than just to like walk in the right direction. Paradox Protector. Okay, what? I've completed. I love how I've completed. Wait. How have I? That's either bugged or it's genuinely cursed that I've actually got that many. There's a request from Isaac Jacob to notice him. No. Actually, yeah, I can't say. You made a good joke about you mentioned Rice Krispies earlier, when I have never mentioned on the channel earlier, a stream ages ago. I've never mentioned on the channel, but the Rice Krispies were my first love before cornflakes. So Isaac Jacobs, everyone, is a man of culture. Yeah, a legend. I mean, he can't spell his own name because that's not how you spell Isaac. Sorry, mate, but so I should stop insulting random people over the internet. It's really, really not good. How long have I been into LU? So I mean, I played in live. I first became active, probably it's coming up to like 4 years ago now, in the LU community, but yeah, so I've been here for quite a while. Can I scur? Can I scur? This is a very interesting question. One which requires a very thought out answer. Vaisky knows what I'm planning, I'm pretty certain. Can I scur? There, as requested. Oh no! Vaisky, don't do it! I know what you're gonna do, Vaisky! No, I did... I should have seen this coming. Dang it, okay. Vaisky, you're not allowed to add that to a Ninja of LU compilation. Who is my favourite streamer, LEGO Universe or otherwise? Is that a question to me? I kind of want to think about that. I don't... Okay, so... Favourite person whose content I watch who streams is different to favourite streamer, because like I don't watch anyone stream regularly. There is one person I watched at one point during lockdown stream semi-regularly because I was bored. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, in terms of saying stream regularly, yeah, Vaisky, my favourite streamer. Have you seen it? Okay, so genuinely, so I joke about that, but like, I wouldn't say the most regular things ever, but do check out Vaisky speedrunning the monument, because like, he does it in seconds. Like, the record in live, I swear, was on the order of like 50 seconds or something like that. Vaisky does it in now. It's optimized far enough. He does it in 19 seconds. That's like, I don't know. Anyway, I've been distracted. I've been distracted from physics for too long. So, the question was, the question I was trying to look at. The question I was originally asked with regards to, so yeah, what happens if physics works by A plus B equals C? And so, like, my first thought is you want to go back to symmetry. But the thing is, symmetry doesn't mention length anywhere. There are no symmetry arguments that kind of say, I've got length. It turns out, why do we care about length? We care about length, well, for a couple of reasons. Why do we care about A squared plus B squared equals C squared? Because it's invariant in terms of rotations. If we rotate, the Euclidean or Pythagorean length remains exactly the same. 17 seconds, that is true. Sorry, Vaisky. Yeah, but Vaisky, Slayer's catching you up, mate, so gotta go faster. You must scur harder, as I believe the kids of today would say. Oh yeah, check out Vaisky's run. It really won't take you very long to check out. Yeah, I'm aware 90% of this is just degenerating into me just telling you guys to check out other people's videos, but do, because like they're far better than mine. You're more of a Lorentz invariance kind of a guy. Well, yeah. Wait a second. Wait, no, Scurby. I'm sorry, it's not Lorentz invariance. That's a lie. Distance isn't Lorentz invariance. Space-time distances. Oh, the optics disappointment. Yeah. So basically, the question is, what happens if we start symmetry? If we start off from symmetry saying that, where does length come into all of this? And so let's say we are someone living in this universe, and length, whatever we mean by length, happens to be measured in this way. Why does that matter to us? Why wouldn't we just use something else? Because, for instance, I can come up with quantities. Let's say in this universe, length is measured by A plus B equals C. I can design a quantity that obeys Pythagoras' theorem. I.e., if I just define a new quantity to be the square root of length, then the square root of a squared plus the square root of b squared plus the square root of c squared equals c, that's Pythagoras' theorem, but now we've just done it in a slightly different way. So what's so fundamental about length is the question. How do I help? So in terms of thoughts ahead for solving this, we can, I'm pretty certain, find solutions to Einstein's field equations, which provide us with a plus b equals c. Because Einstein's field equations include a quantity g called the space-time metric, which defines how we take distance between 2 points. And you can come up with values for it, which give a plus b equals c. The only issue with all of this is in order to do a plus, is in order to get a plus b equals c, I'm pretty certain there's no homogeneous distribution of mass that does it. Maybe there's some, I'm no expert on general relativity, but there definitely is no homogeneous distribution of mass that does it, because there are lots of places in the universe where we have roughly homogeneous distributions of mass, and we don't observe a plus b equals c in that way. You were talking about space-time, you feel. In that case, fair enough. Are you more of an a plus b equals c in space time, or a plus b equals c in real space kind of a guy? I say real space, in Euclidean space. That's what I meant to say. Flat space time. There we go. But yes, why are these guys stun locking me? I should have a bonus that prevents this, do I not? Yeah, it literally says prevents anyway. But yeah, but the interesting thing is, okay, let's say we define these quantities, square root of a plus square root of b equals square root of c. This has problems, right? Because square roots aren't linear. Square roots, the origin matters. It matters where I say is x equals 0, and so length would only be rotationally invariant if we used the square roots of the quantities. But the square roots of the quantities, so in terms of what we actually mean by all of this, my thinking is we define length to be that quantity over which, when we make a translation, physics remains invariant, because that's fine, we can do that, and we can quantify, and we know there's going to be some idea of conservation of length. Good night, Visky. We know there's going to be some idea of conservation of length or something like that. Oh no, I've balked it already. There we go. No. Yeah, we know in our system we're gonna have some idea of conservation of length, because we can almost certainly define that, and we've defined length in this system because we're defining it by a plus b equals c. I don't know. I'm really torn, because my thought recently, which was kind of a new thought I'd had on this, which I was quite excited about, was the fact that maybe we can do this if we say the lengths a, b, and c are the thing in which translations remain invariant, in which physics remains invariant given the translation in them. But this kind of has. So, can we do that? Can I say that? Petition for Ninja Physics channel. I mean, I'm looking. So you joke, but I put the video up recently saying opinions on a second channel where I just ran to do stuff. I'm still looking for names for that. Do I just call it Ninja Physics and literally just rant about physics? I mean, it'll be stuff in general, but most of me ranting about stuff in general as me ranting about physics. I literally like recorded audio the other night just ranting about how amazing complex analysis is, and like numbers of roots. Like, I don't think anyone's going to want to watch that, but like, I was in the mood to talk about the properties of holomorphic functions, because like, they're amazing. I'm not going to have the rant now, because if I do ever put this up on the channel, like, that would mean I'd have then had that rant like twice, and I'm sure you guys don't want that. But like, for anyone wondering, the reason why I'm going through and doing this now is Paradox Protector, because I smash enough spiderlings. I smash enough spiderlings to get the spiderling side of Paradox Protector like any day. So like, it's kind of, I might as well do the easier part of Paradox Protector and then get the stuff of that. Who notices Riemannian sphere? I bet you're one of those people who just complains about multiplication not being defined in R squared. I do need to improve my intuition for the Riemannian sphere, in fairness. Like, I get the basic things, and like, a friend was talking to me earlier today about like how inversion is defined in the Riemannian sphere as like a rotation of 180 degrees, which is such a cool concept. But I still have yet to understand multiplication. Actually, in fairness, given you just mentioned Riemannian spheres, can you explain to me multiplication of a Riemannian sphere in chat? I know there's a character limit, but can you do it anyway? Squared. I hear the rage. Yeah, I know. I get why it exists. I mean, in fairness, I don't think he derives the inversion himself. I do think it was something he'd read somewhere. But yeah, it's still very cool. But yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I have got some very big brain friends. Like, scarily so. These guys are attacking the turret before it's finished building, which is useful for me because it means they don't attack me and knock me out of the quick build, because for some reason this isn't working. But C equals H bar equals 1. No, I'm sorry, I'm removing that. No natural units on this channel. Googling physics words. In fairness, Googling physics words is the fastest way of getting me to notice you on the channel. I'm sorry, natural units be gone. No, I love dimensional. I'm sorry. Skirby, as someone who's into optics, should be able to confirm that like, if you're reading a paper on something and you're trying to follow through a derivation and you're trying to derive a derivation that like hasn't been given in the paper, and you're trying to do dimensional analysis, it makes everything so much harder, because the electric field really isn't equal to the magnetic field, but in natural units it is, in a vacuum I should say. Arcadio Gonzalez Diaz, hi. Hi to you too. Okay. Speaking of my my friends from university, though, I should probably head off soon, because this was just going to be a short thing. We are doing a game later. This is genuinely very, very cool game. I'm a huge fan of it. One of them introduced me to it recently. It's basically you. I want to say it's like, no, I can't remember what the name is, but yeah, basically it's a really cool game, where you basically go around, where you have letters of a word, and you go around in a circle, and it just gives you like 3 letters, and you have to come up with a word that contains those 3 letters. What uni am I at? I'm not going to dox myself. Well, okay, no. So on its own, that isn't doxing myself. But if you type in, like, it on its own, it doesn't dox me. But with some of the other stuff I talk about on this channel, it does dox me. And I'm leaving to go play Among Us. I'm not going to play Among Us. Well, I mean, you never know. But yeah, okay, let's see how far we are from Paradox Protector. Because if we're anywhere near there, like... Okay, that is a long way from Paradox Protector. 400 Stromling mechs. Bruh, no, I don't want to do this. This looks awesome, hoping beta comes this year. Okay, I'm going to be careful here, but I'd say that's not an unrealistic hope. Like, it does look pretty realistic to imagine that it could be within a year. There's no saying it will, but like, I'd like to understand, how are you playing Lego Universe? It's a game of your childhood and would like to play it one more time. Yeah, you make yourself perfectly well understood. Far better than I would be able to make myself understood in any language I'm not native in. So yeah, basically, I'm currently playing this on Darkflame Lego Universe. It's one of several Lego Universe reconstruction projects, out of which the only active ones are Operation Crooks, Uchu, and DLU. And yeah, it's the first server I've played on. That feels, or currently this update is the closest I've seen to actually like a completed game, and like a game that's genuinely fun to play. I would not have enjoyed grinding on previous servers. Like, I did grind for various things on LCDRU, for instance, but that was mostly like other people egging me on. Here, like, I mean, there's some other people stuff to this. Like, it's cool to brag to Funky about having caught up with him. But like, yeah, like this is the first steer he's been. But yes, so an answer. So yeah, so currently there is no way to play this version of the game. Uchu is open source, however. So basically, people are discussing closed beta in the in chat, and yeah, closed beta is the next opportunity when this will be open. DLU have given a roadmap for what they want to have achieved by then, but like no time scale, because they're all like, this is being done by hobbyists who are not being paid. They're all very, very, very competent hobbyists, but they're still not being paid, and like real life has to take priority for them. Loving the multilingualism. Far more than my occasional itar vero from Latin. I'm really sad I've forgotten as much Latin as I have. It was a very, very cool language. It taught me a lot about English. What everyone else would say is the least interesting aspect of English, which is English grammar. Okay, anyway. So, I don't know, this was kind of just to show you guys what like a more relaxed stream would be like. Give people a little bit more of an opinion on, like, I don't know, stuff. I did end up getting a little distracted from talking about Manhattan Distance, but then again, I have pretty much made like I have recorded like parts of videos where it's literally just me ranting. I do kind of want to record like my thought process for Manhattan Distance, because I feel that'll be a cool thing to look back at and like see at the end, like, this is what I thought. Skirby reading Griffiths. Okay, this man is an optics man. This man is an optics man and a man of culture. I'm saying man, I should not assume that. And I say it because man of culture, but person of culture. Skirby is one cultured individual. Yeah, okay, so. Yeah, so basically that was kind of the aim of this stream. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Hello, little pinging noise. Still never certain what that pinging noise means. We think it might be a subscriber, I'm not certain. Yeah, thank you all very much. This has been played on DLU. Developer channels are in the description, so give them a subscription, because, like, yeah, Manhattan distance. Manhattan distance is less than taxicab metric. Are they not the same? My understanding's they're the same. Like, they're literally, it's called Manhattan distance for the fact that taxis in Manhattan have to travel. What? Anyway, yeah. Unless taxi can, it's different to taxi cab. Anyway, yes, so I'm going to head out. Thank you all so much. Developer channels, as always, in the description. Show them your support, because they're the ones who make all this possible. This has been played on DLU, so, like, them in particular, and credit to everyone involved. Yeah, thank you so much. Now I've got to find the end button.